Boleros a few years ago. So Jack Smith and Carson Sherman on the front row. Here they come into turn number 3. Up off from turn number 4. 20 laps the distance. The Bandolero Outlaws going to wrap up round number 2. Green lights are on. Great racing down into turns 1 and 2.
And that's not how we are supposed to do that. Take a look at it here on the big screen. Yeah.
For Chase Spalding, I believe there might have been a restart infraction. The Sherman might have been busted for, he might have been busted for jumping because he's in the 4th spot this time.
Well, Sherman might be able to get down to the bottom of the racetrack if he can get in behind Landon Thrasher, but that hole might fill itself. And here we go for the race lead. 3 wide. At start finish, Ryland Spate leads that lap, clears the other 2 cars for now. But all that speed slides up the racetrack and opens the door for Landon Thrasher in turn number 2. New leader on lap 2, perhaps. Landon Thrasher down to the point, trying to drag Jack Smith and others along with him.
Thrasher is your race leader. Spake on the high side, Smith down on the low side as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Manolo runs in position number 4. There is Corbin Cannon. There's Carson Sherman all in the hunt. How about the number 37 of Carson Cobble? Carson has been with us for years and years, doing a nice job in that very, very, very plain wrappered number 37 car running in position number 7.
I mean, nobody ever said you'd have a nice-looking wrap to go fast. That's a nice thing to have, but ultimately it's all about getting it to the front. That's exactly what Carson Cobble is trying to do with that white number 37, trying to follow Corbin Cannon, and there's a handful of white cars right there. And again, it's a battle for position number 5 between the 3 of them off of turn number 2, and they finally, for now, get it sorted out here on lap number 5.
Sorted out, great racing action all the way around the speedway, and finally, the number 9 machine finally got down on the low side of the speedway. Carson Sherman, he was stuck in no man's land on the high side, ends up back in the 6th spot. Now we'll see if he can rally the troops and race up into the top 5. There's Jack Smith and Spake in the number battling for the 2nd spot as Manolo runs in position number 4 as things sort out trouble. Penelope Carlisle gets around in turn number 4. Yellow flag is out. We are under a pro fabrication caution here with 6 laps completed. Grateful for these mint chocolate chip shakes from COOKOUT.
Perfect for a hot day like this.
Yes, it is. Absolutely delightful. Here we come off turn number 4. Landon Thrasher sets the pace down into turn number 1. Ryland Spake on the high side. They're wheel to wheel for 2nd now as Jack Smith sticks his nose down on the low side.
Smith going to get the spot off of Ryland Spate. Remember, there was those 3 who were 3 wide not that long ago trying to race for the race lead on one of these initial restarts, but things sorting out and settling down for now. Behind them, that maroon car, James Monolo, don't count him out of it. And now finally, here comes Carson Sherman. Got down to the bottom lane after losing some spots on an earlier restart. And he, too, trying to motor his way back to the front.
Yeah, Sherman back up to the 5th spot now, so has gained a little bit of that lost ground as he works down into turns 1 and 2. He's got his sights set on James Monolo. As we continue on, yellow flag. We got one the wrong way around here in turn number 4. National, he run the Spring Championship and the Road to the Classic Championship. Burbage in that white, blue, and green number 3 car in the 6th starting spot. Gassing them up, green lights are on as they're all chasing Landon Thrasher down into turns 1 and 2.
Whoa, watch out. That's the 28 of Shine around in turn number 4. He'll keep rolling. We will stay green as the sun has come back out here from behind the clouds and made the track perhaps just a wee bit slicker as well. Thrasher continuing to lead the fight, though, for 3rd. Little contact between Monolo and Spite off turn number 4.
Yeah, those 2 battle side by side for position. Corbin Cannon watching that thing keenly, as is Carson Sherman. Sherman dials up the low line on Cannon from turn number 4. So a great battle here. Now 4th spot is Spake in that black number 45 car. Corbin Cannon in the 5, a former winter heat champion here at Charlotte. Carson Sherman, one of the top racers down in the Atlanta area. Landon Burbidge, one of the top racers over in the eastern part of the state at Southern National Motorsport Park. All mixing it up here. Drivers from all across the region here racing at America's Home for Racing, and what a show they're putting on.
That they are closing in. In fact, now past the halfway point. 12 down, 8 laps to go. Again, all chasing Landon Thrasher. And this fight you see here off turn number 2, that is for position number 6. It's a good one. It's the only side-by-side battle at the moment through the field, but plenty of fights continuing as they work their way off turn number 4 to complete lap number 13.
Lap number 13 is in the books. As Landon Thrasher continues to set the pace, things settle down in your front 5, but boy, 6th on back. It's a battle royale back there. As Landon Burbidge now gets the 6th spot. That's Jackson Jones on the low side in the 54. Corbin Cannon is kind of fallen off the pace a little bit. That number 5 car was running in the 3rd or 4th spot, and we got trouble in turn number 2. Won the wrong way around, and yellow flag is back out. Off turn number 4. Down to the stripe. And wide gap between the inside and the outside. That's going to give Manalo some room to breathe on the high side. He wheels it in up top. Thrasher down low as they make the way, and Thrasher wrestles that top spot away.
And it's going to take something to get Landon Thrasher out of the lead here. You've got to thrash. There's no doubt about that, to get around him. And whoa, watch out behind him. Cannon had a handful of steering wheel, and now with 5 laps to go, lost precious ground. A couple of spots, in fact, off to turn number 1. They're starting to lose behind Thrasher. The fight now is going to be for 4th. A pair of 9s going at it. Sherman and Jack Smith off to turn number 3.
Yeah, Jack Smith in that green number 9. Carson Sherman in that white and blue number 9, battling for the 4th spot. Ryland Spake in that 45 up in the 3rd spot as they continue on, making their way around the speedway. Great competition here in this outlaw division, and we're getting down to the latter stages of this one. Now Smith takes a peek to the low side of Spake off turn number 4 as we come down to complete lap number 17. 17 down, Landon Thrasher, 3 laps to go. Josh Shine the wrong way around at turn number 3. We'll see if he can get that car fired off, and as a matter of fact, he does. We stay green.
Thrasher now going to have to deal with that slower traffic of Josh Shine is behind him. Spate and Sherman continue to fight it out. Running out of laps they are, just 2 laps to go. A half a mile remains in this round number 2 of the Cookout Summer Shootout for the Bandolero Outlaw divisions. Again, these are the older Bandolero competitors. Whoa, watch out, turn number 3. Shine, contact with 2nd place James Monolo. Around goes Shine in front of the field, and we will stack them up one more time. You know, it's so cool, Steve, to hear those stories, and you think back and you look at, like, for instance, what sport of ours. So always cool to see and hear that, and I'm sure those that had the ideas for those had a part, or, you know, we're happy to hear that as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is 160 drivers entered here tonight, and there's 160 reasons and ways people fell in love with racing. Not sure what's going on with the 24 of Blake Michael. But we're back to green flag racing action with 2 laps to go.
Landon Thrasher, yet again, out front. It's kind of like clockwork here today. You know, they go green, he jumps out to the lead. And this time, though, he'll see the white flag on his trip out of turn number 4. Final trip around the quarter mile, just that, a quarter mile remaining for Landon Thrasher, separating him from his 19th finish of the season and towards the national points.
Turn number 3 up off from turn number 4. He is 2 for 2 here at America's Home for Racing. Landon Thrasher gets the win.